Happening now, the annual Migrant Trail Walk is calling attention to the deaths of migrant men, women, and children, one step at a time. Thank you for joining us on this Memorial Day. I'm Valerie Cavazos. Nearly 36 people are braving the hot temps and rough desert terrain. They're taking part in the Migrant Trail Walk. They'll travel 75 miles over the next week from the U.S.-Mexico border up to their arrival at Tucson's Kennedy Park next Sunday. A 13 News reporter Bud Foster explains why they take this journey each year.
This is the 20th year that the people have walked the 75 miles from Sassabee to Tucson in the hot desert sun to remember the 8,000 people who have died crossing the border, also in the hopes of ending the policies that force them into the deadly West Deserts.
We'll never understand the profound pain and suffering and fear that sent you to our desert. We'll never understand.
That understanding has eluded 73-year-old activist and immigration attorney Margot Cowan, who's been walking the 75 miles for the 20th time. Every year she walks, and every year she hopes it will be the last, but deep down she knows it won't be.
You know, our immigration laws haven't been changed since 1924. There have been little band-aids that have been put on, but the philosophy behind our body of law hasn't been changed, in 100 years. And it has to change because it has to adapt to our world today.
A table filled with white crosses, each with the name of a migrant who was found dead in the desert. A small fraction of the estimated 8,000 who have died in the past 30 years while searching for a better life. Each of the walkers will take one cross, and it'll be their inspiration to keep walking in the heat for the entire week and to remember their names.
Alejandro Vasquez Gomez.
Presente. Since the last border walk last year, 190 people have been found dead in the desert. 115 men, 17 women, and 28 bodies where the sex could not be determined, let alone their identity. Likely, there are many more whose bodies will never be found.
If anything, I've seen it worse. It's become worse, the situation. It's much more difficult for people to legally come to the United States, and with the militarization of the border, hundreds, perhaps thousands of people are dying. It's just horrific.
The people will walk between 10, 15, as high as 17 miles one day in the hot desert sun until they complete the 75-mile journey from Sassabee and finally arriving at Kennedy Park on the south side of Tucson, where they will hold yet another memorial service. At the Southside Presbyterian Church, I'm Bud Foster, 13 News.
And on this